Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, brothers and sisters and friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I'm very happy to meet you in this new series entitled Verses in Chapters, آيات في سور. Inshallah, we are going to see so many miraculous verses of the Quran in so many chapters. And I will start by the following ayah. Ayah number 9, chapter number 34, Surah 7, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أفلم يروا إلى ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم من السماء والأرض إن نشأ نخسف بهم الأرض أو نسقط عليهم كسفا من السماء إن في ذلك لآية لكل عبد منيب صدق الله العظيم. In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to these believers, have they not seen what's before them and what's behind them of the sky and the earth? If we will, we could cause the earth to swallow them or send upon them obliterations from the sky. Surely in that is a sign for those who return to Allah. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Well, I find this ayah to be an eye-catching ayah because it contains a very noticeable concept. It is indeed drawing a specific concept in our mind. It is sparkling a new concept in our minds about the universe, about the earth, about the sky. Humanity knew from very early centuries that the sky is above us. Indeed, the Quran, in so many ayats, spoke about the sky being above us, being above our heads. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا in Surah An-Naba. We have built upon you 7 strong firmaments. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in another ayah, أَوَلَمْ يَنظُرُوا إِلَى السَّمَاءِ فَوْقَهُمْ كَيْفَ بَنَيْنَاهَا. Have they not seen the sky above them? How did we build it? But in this particular ayah, Allah is speaking about the sky being surrounding the earth. The sky being behind you. This is unfamiliar with what the 6th century people used to conceptualize the world. When the Quran was revealed, nobody in Arabia would imagine that the sky is behind or the sky is surrounding the earth from all sides and from all corners. But this ayah is explicitly saying that the sky, and very clearly, this ayah is saying very clearly that the sky could be behind you, is indeed behind you. أَفَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى مَا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ, or in front of them, and what's behind them of the sky and the earth. And brothers and sisters, of course, nobody claims that the Quran is a book of sciences. It is rather a book of signs. S-I-G-N, signs, indications that lead you to guidance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the book, He said, وَلَكِنْ جَعَلْنَاهُ نُورًا نَهْدِي بِهِ مَنْ نَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا. We made it a light by which we guide whom we want from our servants. So the book is a book of signs, not a book of sciences. But it contained a lot of indications that will lead you to the guidance. And these indications, they could be scientific, they could be cosmic, they could be spiritual, they could be any kind of realities. But the purpose is always guiding you to the one, guiding you to the Creator. So in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling humanity that the sky is surrounding the earth. And this is very comparable with what the scientific fact is saying today. the concepts that we have today about the universe is consistent with the what the science is telling us, the true science, not the pseudosciences. The science is saying that the earth is just a globe which is swimming in an orbit surrounded by the universe. We are just parts of the solar system, and the solar system is just parts of the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is just parts of clusters, galaxy clusters in this world. And the world is so vast, so big, so large that no scientist today or in the near future would predict its real size. It's just out of our understanding. Subhanallah. And this shows the greatness of Allah. Unlike these people who are describing the world to be just as sizable as the earth itself. I'm talking about the flat earth society, who are indeed doing bad things to the concept of God by describing the whole world to be just as big as the earth, and the skies are as big as the earth. Indeed, that is contrary to what the Quran is saying and what the religion in general is saying. When we go back to the exegetes, to the commentators of the Quran, we find that all of them agree upon this meaning, that the sky is surrounding the earth. I read the Al-Qurtubi commentation, At-Tabari, Ibn Kathir, and all of these old exegetes of the Quran, commentators of the Quran, they all agree that this meaning, the meaning that the sky is surrounding the earth, and this ayah indeed is in the context of warning the disbelievers who claim that the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, indeed has invented a falsehood. They said, أفترى على الله كذبا أم به جنة. Has he invented a falsehood against Allah, or indeed a spirit has seized him? This is what they were assuming or claiming. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied by saying, have they not seen what's in front of them, what's before them, and what's behind them of the sky and the earth? Meaning that they are surrounded from all sides. They have nowhere to escape. So since they are in this situation, they should realize how susceptible they are to God's punishment, how vulnerable they are to Allah's revenge if He wants to punish them. And this shows us also how helpless human being compared to the forces of the nature, of what is called the forces of the nature. And we have seen recently how helpless is the humanity toward this very tiny and sin virus of coronavirus, and how the whole humanity seems to be affected and held in confinement because of this tiny, very tiny virus. What about earthquakes? What about destructive storms? What about asteroids? What about all these cosmic forces that we are living under? Brothers and sisters, this shows us a very fact that all Muslims believe in, that there is no contradiction between true science and true revelation. They can't be. Why? Because sciences themselves are derived from this universe. And this universe is created by God, according to all religions, according to Muslims. This universe is created by the Creator. And all these sciences that we know, physics, let it be physics, chemistry, math, cosmology, whatever, they are all derived directly from this universe. And all what the scientists have done was revealing these secrets, They just moved the cover and they found these facts, these secrets of the world. Physics is what? It is a science derived from the movements of things in this universe. The same thing to be said about chemistry. The same thing to be said about math. Math are calculations that are existed in this world since billions of years. So man is making these calculations of the already existed facts on this universe. So brothers and sisters, as a summary, this ayah is indeed initiating in our minds a correct concept to the universe, a correct concept to this earth, and it is freeing us from legendary concepts that were not only existed before, but they are still existing today. And there are people who are campaigning and spreading all this falsehood about the universe and about the size of the universe, the size of the sun, the how far the sun is, and all these misconceptions are being strongly spread by the net today. And unfortunately, so many young Muslims have fallen as victims for these legendary concepts of the universe. Thank you very much for listening, and Assalamu alaikum.